Turner's on defense. He's injured. He will not play today. Ray Little in his place. Quentin Sims, Isaiah Dunning, Devin Wilson, Aslam Sterling, and Abe Karoma also not playing. For Philly, Chris Duval, Will Hunt, Keith Newell, James Romaine, Lonnie Outlaw, and Peter Ashton. It's time to get this one underway live from the Q as the Gladiators get set to kick off the 2016 season. The Philadelphia Soul will get the ball first. They'll be on offense. A team that made it to the semifinals of the Arena League playoffs last year before being eliminated. And we'll see their great quarterback, Dan Rodabaugh, out on the field first. Trevino, Adrian Trevino, the Gladiators kicker, getting set to kick off from his own goal line. We're about to get underway on the 2016 season. There's the kick going left to right on your radio dial. It's going to be off the net and return to the 5, now to the 10, breaks a tackle, 15, 20, and brought down at about the 25, now past the 25, all the way to the Gladiators' 23-yard line. That was Larico Stevenson, Dustin, a big return for him on the opening kickoff.
He's their top defensive back, their star on defense. He's a really good returner, too. And how about the start for the Philadelphia Soul here in terms of their offensive field position? This is short field to work with for Rodabaugh to start the game. Yeah, Dan Rodabaugh, that's part of the Rally starting lineups. Fast foodies know the deal, Rallies. Dan Rodabaugh, the quarterback, he'll be throwing to, how about this name, Sean Kalalamoku. Along Say
with
that 5 times
I'm going to mess
fast.
it up every time.
That's
Ryan
all right.
McDaniel and Darius Reynolds. Rodabaugh under center, man in motion to the left side. Takes the snap, drops back, has plenty of time, fires. It's complete along the far sideline down to about the 16-yard line, and it'll be a gain of about 7 yards. Good first play of the day for the Soul. We'll have a 2nd and 3 at the 16 coming up. Catch made that time by number 13. McDaniel, I'm sorry, 19. I couldn't find a 13. Yes, Ryan McDaniel with the grab. Now Rodabaugh under center, man in motion, McDaniel. He's looking for him, goes far sideline, and it is caught this time by Darius Reynolds. And it'll be a first down for the Soul.
Just a couple quick, easy throws here for Rodabaugh to start the season. Remember, there are probably some jitters, really, for both teams. As you haven't really had a lot of full contact throughout training camp. This is the first real live action these guys have had. They've had some scrimmages here and there, but in terms of being back out here on the field, you want to build some confidence, and those 2 quick throws for Rodabaugh has really helped him out. 1st and goal at the 9 for the Soul. Man in motion is McDaniel. He's headed to the far left side. He takes the snap. Rodabaugh fires, end zone, caught, touchdown. McDaniel, he grabbed it at the 1, Dustin. An easy drive, quick drive for the Soul, and they have a 6-0 lead. That's just too easy. He's coming in motion, and he runs a little pivot route, working on Ray Little, who is starting tonight in place of Brandon Stevens. That's the concern, Bull, is that some of these young guys, new players in the secondary, has an easy drive for Philly. Rest of the starting lineup, by the way, for Philly: Adam Smith, Neil Tibbs, and Wayne Tribune on the offensive line. Here's the extra point by Freevert. The snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Soul increased the lead to 7-0. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Yeah, 3 for 3 on that drive. Dan Rodabaugh goes right down the field with ease. And again, we'll probably harp on this all afternoon, or all night, I should say, is a secondary for Cleveland. They've got to find a way to get on the same page, especially with a quick strike offense like Philly. And now it's going to be vital for this Cleveland offense and Chris Deeker as they get a chance to finally get on the field. Freevert kicks off. It gets stuck up in the net, and so there'll be no return for the Gladiators. The Rally starting lineups, fast foodies know the deal. Rallies, the starters for the Gladiators: Chris Deeker, we've talked about him at quarterback. The 3 wide receivers: Dominic Goodman, Colin Taylor, and Theron Lewis. Here's the good news for this offense, Bull, is the fact that you have these 3 receivers back in Goody, Colin Taylor, and T. Lou. All these guys have been in this offense. They understand it, and it's going to be helpful for Chris Deeker, who's now getting back into the starting role as a quarterback, to have guys he feels really comfortable with. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators at their own 5. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion is Taylor, now headed to the right side. Under center. Deeker takes the snap, fires near side. It's complete, short gain, maybe about 2 yards to Lewis.
So Deeker with the completion. It'll be a second and about 8. Short gain.
Just an easy throw for Deeker. Get him comfortable. Not really going to get much out of it. A couple of yards, if that, to T-Lou on the outside.
All right, it's going to be second down and 7 officially. 2 receivers to the left, now 1 to the short side on the right. Timeout on the field. Little delay. They didn't change the.
Got a little problem with the down marker.
Right. Now they got it set for second down. Clock is moving, and here we go. 11:30 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Soul. Deeker under center, man in motion to the left side. All 3 receivers that way. Deeker has time, fires up the middle, overthrown and almost intercepted. Pass intended for Theron Lewis. He was open, Dustin, but Deeker overthrew him.
Yeah, well, T-Lou was in motion. He was the high motion man. They run a little kind of skinny post over the middle. The ball sails on Deeker. If that thing is thrown on time, it's a timing route. That would be caught for a big gain. Instead, it was, nearly an interception.
Should have been picked.
Should have been picked. Glad to get a little bit lucky there.
Or right through the hands of Tracy Belton. So Deeker and the Glads looking at a 3rd and 7. You got to be able to keep up with the Soul. We know they're going to be able to score. They were able to do so often last year.
Deeker wearing a new number this year, Bull, number 5. He's worn 14 in the past.
3 receivers all to the left. Deeker drops back under pressure, fires, incomplete, and almost intercepted again. Would have been enough for a first down, but again intended for Lewis. Pretty good coverage, and Deeker that time under fire.
He took a big-time shot from Teddy Jennings, the D lineman from UConn. And not a good start for this offense. Remember, in arena football, you don't really punt. There's not really the punt is not part of the game, so they will go for this on 4th down.
This is a huge play with the Soul already up 7-0. You don't want to give them the ball right back inside your 10-yard line. 2 receivers to the left now in motion. Deeker under center, takes a snap. This time has time, steps up in the pocket, fires, and it is incomplete. Intended for Colin Taylor, Dustin in his hands, but not a great throw. He couldn't hold on.
It would have been an amazing catch for Colin Taylor, who was running up near the boards, and he was catching that. He had really good coverage on him, and you're right, Bull. The ball was thrown. Not a good throw from Deeker. Not really, just not a good start for this offense.
So a 3 and out for the Gladiators, already down 7-0, 9:50 and counting here in the first quarter. Soul back out on the field. Here's Raudabaugh again.
Think about this, Bull. Look where they start. Look at the field position. They're starting at the 8-yard line of Cleveland. I mean, this is a dream come true for Dan Raudabaugh and this Philly Soul offense.
In motion is Reynolds to the right side. All 3 receivers there. Raudabaugh has time, fires to the end zone, complete, touchdown. That was way too easy, Dustin. I mean, not going to get much easier than that.
I mean, what more can you say about that? I mean,
Reynolds came in motion to the right side, swung out, back to the left side, and he was wide open, had his man by 2 steps.
Well, Raudabaugh took 1 or 2 steps back and throws off his back foot, just kind of lobs that thing up there. And Reynolds just makes an easy catch. He's working against Shane Boyle, another defensive back who's starting today because of some injuries in the secondary. So one of those keys to the game early kind of coming into play.
Communication in the secondary with a young new secondary. Here's the extra point try. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:51 to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 Soul. We'll grab a break. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Philadelphia Soul up 14-0, 8:51 to go in the first. Hey, the Gladiators would like to thank University Hospitals Elyria Medical Center, the Center for Orthopedics, NovaCare, Pinnacle Chiropractic, Network Radiology, the Vision Development Team, team physician Dr. Scott Singer, and team dentist Dr. Todd Russell for being the official medical team of the Cleveland Gladiators. Bad start for the Glads to the season, Dustin. Just over 6 minutes into the game, already 14-0 Soul.
Yeah, and something to keep an eye on here as we go, Bull, is the play of quarterback Chris Deeker. A quick, really 4 and out. It's kind of weird to say that, a 4 and out, because you go for it on 4th down.
Right.
But really just uncomfortable in the pocket. You know, we know that he probably doesn't have the longest leash here because they do want to play Arvell Nelson at quarterback. You'll wonder if he kind of feels a little bit of pressure. Follow that as we go, because if he doesn't get comfortable, we know Coach Tunn is not hesitant to put Nelson in the game at quarterback. Nelson, by the way, is starting at the jack linebacker position.
Deeker was, of course, the starter in the 2014 campaign and then eventually got benched and didn't play much last year. So, as we know, he's not afraid. He's going to go with whatever quarterback he thinks gives him the best chance.
Well, he's a really good player. He just needs to have his confidence with him. When he's confident, he can stand in the pocket, he can deliver. He's really athletic, too. more athletic than he looks, so he can make some plays outside the pocket. Let's see if he can get it going here. They have better field position to start this second drive.
After the kick goes into the crowd. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Dropping back to passes. Deeker has time. Fires deep, looking for the end zone. It is one-hand grab. No, it's incomplete.
No, it's
intercepted. And it's going to be a touchback. So, wow, what a play, Dustin. That was off the hands of Taylor and picked off by Dwayne Hollis. Taylor had it. It hit him in his hands.
Well, it would have been a one-handed grab, and Hollis just at the last second off the board as it kind of bounces against his knee. Hollis comes up with a terrific interception.
That is a great play.
And that's a touchback.
You can't blame Taylor. I mean, he was trying to make a magnificent play. It looked like he was the only one that could catch it. But it goes off his hands, off the sideboard there, and then to the interception, and the Soul will get it back. I mean, that looked like it had a chance to be an amazing one-handed catch for a touchdown.
Well,
instead, it's a pick.
And we'll give Hollis a lot of credit because what he did was working that offhand.
And Raudabaugh right back on offense and right back completing passes. Hits Reynolds, Darius Reynolds, one of his go-to guys, and it's a first down. The 1st and 10 from the 5. It's a 12-yard gain, and the Soul are on the move again. Already 14-0. And we're not even at the halfway point of the first quarter.
Well, think about this, too. The last drive, they score in one play.
Yep.
The Glads come out, very next play, throw a pick. So this Glads defense now has been on the field almost the entire game. And looks like Philly wants to go a little bit more up-tempo here to keep the Gladiators, I should say, on their heels.
Man in motion is Reynolds to the left side. Raudabaugh looking for him. Now goes to the right, fires to the sideline, and it is incomplete. But there's a flag on the play here on the near side.
And Shane Boyle absolutely grabbed and tackled Darius Reynolds here as he was in coverage with him.
It looks like it's going to be a hold on the Gladiators. We'll wait for the official call for the referee, which is coming in just a moment.
Automatic first down.
There you heard it. Holding, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down. So finally one play doesn't go right for the Soul, and it turns out to be a penalty on the Gladiators. And
not a bad penalty, though, because Boyle was beat, and he knew he didn't have help over the top. So basically by tackling him, he potentially saves the touchdown.
True. All right, the ball now at the Gladiators' 23-yard line. First down and 10. Reynolds to the left. The man in motion will be McDaniel. He heads to the right side. Raudabaugh takes the snap. Fires right side. It's caught by the fullback, and he's dropped. Nice stat. And the ball's loose. And I think the Gladiators might have it. We're waiting for the call. Yes, they do. What a play. Holy cow. That was Boyle, Dustin. He made a big hit, and the ball comes loose, and the Gladiators have it.
And Jeremy Richardson, the ex-fullback from Cleveland, he was with the Gladiators last season, now moves over to Philadelphia. I think that Coach Tunn may want to review this one.
Because Gladiators ball. Gladiators have it. Fumble, it's the Gladiators ball. So
excuse me, I was going to say Philly may want to take a look at it.
Think he was down?
Yeah, I think his elbow may have hit as he was coming down. We'll take a look at it on the Humongotron here at some point, but right now it looks like a big turnover for Cleveland.
It was DN Robert Rose that made the recovery after the big hit. So the Gladiators have a chance to turn it around. We'll see if it goes for a replay review. Waiting to see the call here. And there will be a review. And it'll be a call to the booth. We'll see what the call is. Meanwhile, celebrate your birthday in style at a Gladiators game. Birthday packages include a visit from mascot Rudy, ticket discounts, and more. Call 216-420-2500 or visit clevelandgladiators.com for more info. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. Dustin, we haven't seen the replay yet. What do you think? Here's the official review coming up, the call to the booth. I think they'll show it in a minute, but anyway, hopefully this will stand. We haven't seen the replay yet. We're waiting to see it. Hopefully it will stand because the Gladiators could use the break because they have gotten off to a rough start here, down 14-0.
I'm just laughing because they on the Humongotron they've got Charlie Brown.
Right.
to basically not show us what the review is, and we'll get the call here from the head official. I think his elbow was down just from my vantage point.
Right.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what the officials come away with here. And Clint Dolezal, head coach from Philly, was out there arguing his point to the officials immediately.
The Gladiators could use a break.
Oh, man.
They need this. hopefully it'll go their way, because you get the feeling right now, unless they turn it over, Philly's going to be hard to stop. This is a Gladiator defense, Dustin. You talked about in the pregame communication in the secondary. You know, they got all new guys on defense. It's, you know, with Stevens not playing tonight, there's only one returning player on the entire defense and nobody in the secondary.
Yeah, Randy Collins, the only guy back on this defense. You're right, man. This is a new group. Now they have added Dominic Jones as defensive back coach. He was a big-time player for this team over the last couple seasons to hopefully help that group. But so far, not a great start. And you're right, Bull, they need a break here.
All right, the refs are coming back onto the field. We'll get the call in just a moment, and here it is.
The ruling on the field is reversed. The runner's arm was down first before he lost possession. It'll be Philadelphia's ball, second down at the 17-yard line.
All right, tough break for the Gladiators. They reversed the call. There's referee Joe Pester. And the crowd is pestered by that call as the Soul will get it back, already up 14-0. Here's the replay. We're getting to see it for the first time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good call. The elbow was definitely down. He had the left arm. Richardson, the former Gladiator, had the left arm on the ball. The elbow hits the ground, and then the ball pops out. So, unfortunately, it doesn't go our way, but it was the right call at least. And Philadelphia will have it 2nd and 4 at the Gladiators' 17-yard line with 6:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Rodabah looking to strike and get into the end zone. Two receivers to the left. Now the third man, Reynolds, in motion in the slot left side. Rodabah takes the snap, fires, and it is caught left sideline down to the 7-yard and pushed out of bounds is Kalemoku. I'm going to screw that name up all day.
Kalemoku.
Does it have to be so? Wide receivers shouldn't have such complicated names for crying out loud.
Just say Sean had
Be
the
a
catch.
pro. I guess
Sean Kalemoku.
I was told that his everybody calls him SK, so maybe
SK?
I should just call him SK. All right, Kalemoku makes the catch. It's 1st and goal at the 7. All three receivers to the right side. Rodabah takes the snap, looking for a quick fire, and it is caught. Touchdown for the Soul. It's Kalemoku once again, back-to-back plays. Like taking candy from a baby. That was way too easy, and after the turnover is reversed, the Soul 2 plays later get in the end zone. It is 20-0 pending the extra point.
Well, that's now 3 touchdowns that Rodabah has completed in the end zone, each one against a different DB. You had one against Ray Little, another against Powell just now, another one against Boyle. That's all new, 3 new starters in the secondary. All have been beaten for touchdowns. Not a great way to start this game.
Here's the snap. The extra point is up, and it is good. 5:21 to go first quarter. It's all Soul, 21-0. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Proud to call Cleveland one of their homes. Learn more about Cargill at Cargill.com. Adam the Bull, Dustin Fox. Not a good start for the Cleveland Gladiators on the opening night from the Q. 21-0 Soul. To put it into perspective, Dustin, the Soul have 3 touchdowns. The Gladiators only have 5 offensive plays.
2 turnovers. Turnover on downs and an interception on the last drive, which was a 1-play drive. Man, the Gladiators need something positive to happen on this drive. Bull, you hate to say it, the game could be out of reach early, but in this game, you must score when you have the football. If you turn it over and you don't, it's like losing. It's like tennis. You got to hold serve, right? You know what I'm saying? And the Glads now have not held serve twice, so not a good start.
All right, there's the kickoff. Let's see if the Gladiators can get a return. It's caught inside the end zone, looking for a return, middle of the field.
There we go.
10, broken tackle up to the 12-yard line. Is there a late hit there?
Yep.
Yes, flag comes in late. No doubt about it. That's going to be a penalty on the Soul. Dustin Beavers is fired up. He got the return of the 12 and then clearly hit. I mean, he had been down on the ground a good 2 seconds, and then the hit to the helmet comes late.
Ryan McDaniel comes in late.
That's a cheap shot right there.
It really was.
So you had 2. So you got 2 penalties on the Soul. The personal foul, of course, is the one that's accepted on Beavers. And so it'll be great field position for the Gladiators to start this drive. And we've been talking about it. They got to get something going. 5:10 to go. First quarter down 21-0. They'll start this drive, best field position, 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. See if we can get something going, but only one completion for the Gladiators so far. Chris Deeker, how's the delay on the field? Some discussion. I don't know what the question is, Dustin. I mean, it was an obvious personal foul. I don't know what the coach is complaining about.
I have no idea.
I don't know what
McDaniel comes in with the people's elbow at the end of when Beavers was clearly down.
I don't know what the discussion is, so the officials are talking. We'll see what's happening. I'm not sure what's going on right now, but we got. Okay. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Dustin Fox. It's opening night for the Cleveland Gladiators, the 2016 season. The Soul leading the Gladiators 21-0. Cleveland trying to get something going. Finally, the delay ends, and the Gladiators will take the field 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Now Lewis makes the move. He's in motion to the right side between the other 2 receivers. Fake, and it's a run by Deeker. He's to the 20, 15, 10, and he's toppled over at the 5-yard line. So the pass couldn't get it going, Dustin. Deeker goes to the ground. He fakes like he's going to throw a screen pass, and he takes off right up the middle for a big gainer. And the Gladiators, for the first time today, are in the Geico Blue Zone. When the Geico Blue Zone, see if they can get in the end zone now. They're 1st and goal at the 6-yard line, trying to take that 0 off the scoreboard with 4:40 to go in the first. Deeker has time, fires for the end zone. It is incomplete. He overthrows Colin Taylor, who came open at the last second, but he could not find him, threw it into the crowd.
Well, it was good to get the run, to get inside the red zone, get something positive here for this offense, but Deeker, again, high on that throw to Colin Taylor. He's got to get something here to these receivers. Man, they're just throws, the accuracy is just not there right now.
Deeker under center, all 3 receivers to the right side. Goodman is the man deep. He's in motion now, splits the other 2 receivers. Deeker takes the snap, has time, steps up, fires, and it is caught. Touchdown, Dominic Goodman. And the Gladiators are on the scoreboard. It's 21-6. That's a big play. First the run and then the throw. Goodman sits down 1 yard into the end zone, and the Gladiators have crossed the Geico goal line, Dustin.
And just tack another one on for Goody, the all-time leader in touchdowns for the Gladiators. 133 now. Keep racking them up.
Yeah, he just found a spot right in the front of that end zone, sat there, and Deeker found it.
That's what he does. I mean, he's so good at sitting down in these zones. He understands what the defense is trying to do, and he's a comfort zone for a quarterback like Deeker.
And for the first time today, Trevino gets the kick since the opening kickoff, and he nails the extra point. There is a flag on the play, though, so we'll wait to see if the extra point will be wiped out. I think it's on the Soul, but here it is. Yeah, the call is on the Soul. Coach Tunn's going to wave it off, and so it's 21-7. We'll keep it right here in favor of the Soul. Dustin, 21-7. That's huge to get the Gladiators on the board there.
Yeah, it was big because if they didn't get any points there, I don't get the sense that the Gladiators are going to be able to stop Philly too many times tonight. They're just too talented. They're too powerful. And so the Glads are going to have to go blow for blow with these guys. It's going to be difficult, but at some point here, we're going to have to see the defense get some pressure on Radaball and hopefully create a turnover or 2.
Hopefully the defense finally got a little rest. I mean, it was still a pretty quick drive, but they got a little rest there. Maybe they gained some energy off the crowd, off the offense finally getting on the board. Need a big stop, and really, it'd be nice to get a big turnover here.
Let's be honest. It would be nice to make Philly go the length of the field here.
Yeah.
They've had really good field position. One of their drives started inside Gladiators territory. The other drive started
inside the 10.
One inside the 10, the other one cross midfield.
Yeah. All right, Larico Stevenson's the man in the end zone for the Soul. Trevino getting set to kick off. Trevino 21-7. 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Trevino now runs up, makes the kick. Stevenson deep off the net, and it's into the crowd. And so no return for Stevenson in the Soul. And Philadelphia will get the ball at their own 5-yard line. Good kick by Trevino, Dustin. And so Philadelphia will have to start back at their own 5. This is a good opportunity here for the Glads.
I just mentioned it. Field position has been in favor of Philly the entire game. So now they've got to go the length of the field, and we'll see if this secondary and the guys up front can finally get some pressure and work together, get on the same page, communicate in the back end. We saw Coach Dominic Jones earlier in the week when we came to practice, coaching these guys up in the bowels of the Quicken Loans Arena before they were going out to practice. And obviously these guys early on have had some issues.
Ball under center, calls for the man in motion to go. A screen pass to the right side, it's incomplete. Intended for Kaulei Namoku. He'd hit him on the last touchdown, but little miscommunication on that play. Maybe things finally starting to go against Philadelphia. Hopefully it's 2nd and 10 at the 5. Fired up crowd for the opener. 2:30 now to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 10 at their own 5-yard line. Crowd getting fired up. See if the Gladiators, you talked about pressure as one of your keys to the game. We've seen none of it from the Gladiators so far, Dustin. Rodaball has time, fires incomplete and almost intercepted. A nice defensive play that time by Little, Dustin.
Really terrific break from Little. Rodaball's lucky that wasn't picked off. Really athletic play for him to come up and break that one up. They were trying to get Kaulei Namoku over the middle, a little sit-down route near the sticks, and that's going to bring up a big 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. It'd be nice if the Gladiators can get a little pressure on the quarterback, which we mentioned they have not had all night long so far. Well, all night being the first quarter. All right, crowd now making the most noise they have all evening long, even though it's early. Rodaball, 3 receivers right side. Quick screen to the right. Caught to the 10. It's loose. The ball is loose. Oh, the Soul, I think, were able to cover it up. So a completion of about 5 yards was a big hit. The ball came loose, but the Soul, unfortunately, were able to cover up, but it will be 4th down, Dustin.
And you thought that was going to be the break that the Glads could use to get back in this game, especially considering where we're at on the field. Not the end of the world, though, because it is a 4th down, and Philly will need to pick this up. If the Glads can get a stop, they will still have that great field position. Johnny on the spot there, Jeremy Richardson. And, boy, Robert Rose nearly comes away with that as we get a look at it on the Humongotron up here at Quicken Loans Arena.
Final minute of the first quarter. 4th down and 5 for the Soul, and a whistle and a penalty, and I believe it's a delay of game. Or is it a false start? Either way, it's on the Soul. So that's going to back them right back to the 5-yard line. So, Dustin, the opportunity is great here. 4th down and 10. False start. Soul 4th and 10 at their own 5. Got to get a stop here.
The loudest Quicken Loans Arena has been all night. Let's see if this defense can feed off of the emotion and energy right now that the fans are giving them.
All right, Rodaball once again under center. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Kaulei Namoku is in motion to the left side. Drops back. Rodaball has him, fires, and it's caught. And he is run out of bounds at the Gladiators 23. What a throw by Rodaball. Pretty good coverage for a while, but Kaulei Namoku broke free at the end and just was able to grab it with the fingertips for a long 1st down.
Well, this league is all about timing, and Rodaball is really, really good at that. Kaulei Namoku coming over the middle, steps up in the pocket. The pressure was there, but a really good throw, a strike from Rodaball as that's going to end the quarter. Philly up 21-7.
Yeah, that will come back for the 2nd quarter next. You're listening to the Cleveland Gladiators football presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Field at Quicken Loans Arena, Cleveland Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. It's time now for the Medical Mutual first quarter stats. There's a little technical difficulty, so we're having problems with the stats. But we do know this. The Gladiators just got on the board before the end of the first quarter to make it 21-7. Their all-time leading scorer, Dominic Goodman, with the only Glads touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're right. The only stat that matters right now is the score, and it's 21-7. Glads are trying to find a way to fight back in this one. Nearly had a turnover there earlier in this drive, and big fourth down picked up there by Philly.
Chad Schofield, the Glads fullback, and he's a size of an offensive lineman. I'll give you a story on him in a minute. Rodabah fires, and it is incomplete, and so it'll be 2nd and 10, and there's a flag on the play. Schofield, I guess his girlfriend, just held up a sign in the crowd, said, "I'm having number 75's baby."
Alrighty.
I hope it's his girlfriend. Or maybe she's just joking. I don't know. Maybe she's just hopeful. I don't know.
Hopeful to be a baby mama.
Yeah. All right, the penalty on the Gladiators. So instead of 1st and 10, it's now 1st and 5. The Gladiators had the Soul backed up at their own 5, 4th down and 10, but they were able to get the first down. Now they have a 1st and 5 at the Gladiators' 18-yard line. Rodabah getting Reynolds in motion to the left side. Rodabah drops back, looking for Reynolds in the end zone. He has him. It's complete. Touchdown, Soul. Wow. Reynolds was wide open, Dustin. The Gladiators are really having a lot of trouble with the motion receiver. It seems like every time they've scored the touchdown.
Well, the high motion man always has an advantage. He's at full speed when he hits the line of scrimmage, and right now the secondary for Cleveland really has no answer. Second touchdown of the evening for Darius Reynolds and Dan Rodabah. 4 touchdown passes, and we're barely into the second quarter.
Yeah, 1 minute in fact, and they'll try for the extra point. Freebert to try to make it 28-7. Just look when it looked like the momentum might head back to the Gladiators. The second quarter starts great for Philadelphia. The extra point is good, and the Soul now lead 28-7. We'll take a break. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football. No, actually, we're going to keep it right here. 28-7 is the score. Soul on top. Dustin, what are the Glads got to do to turn it around here? Because they're in big trouble early in the second quarter.
They've got to score. They've got to score right now. I mean, every single time they get on the field as an offense, I know it's kind of cliche, but they have to. Deeker on that last drive, they started off, they got the nice run, sort of built some momentum there, and then they got the football in the hands of Mr. Good Hands, Dominic Goodman. I think they need to find a way to use Goody a little bit more because he's Mr. Security Blanket for any quarterback, and I know you have really talented guys in Colin Taylor and Theron Lewis, but I think Dominic Goodman can really build some confidence for a quarterback, so I see the Glads look to number 16 a little bit more.
Are you concerned about Chris Deeker's ability to be good enough to lead the Gladiators this year?
No, it's way too early to have that conversation. This is a really good team in Philadelphia. It's always tough to start off against a team like that, a team with a quarterback as talented as Rodabah is. So, no, I think it's way too early to have that conversation, but it certainly has been a little bit of a rocky start for him. But the last drive, we'll see. We'll see if it builds some confidence for him here on this upcoming drive.
Larry Beavers is back for the return. Off the net, he has it far side. Goal line. Now he's to the 5. Breaks a tackle. The ball comes loose. The Gladiators have it. 15. And run out of bounds at about the 17-yard line was Theron Lewis. Johnny on the spot there. That would have been a disaster if that was a turnover. Fortunately, Lewis is able to grab the ball and gain more. The fumble actually helped him. It got him an extra 10 yards.
Yeah, Beavers, who comes over from New Orleans, had a bunch of returns last season. Pretty good return man, but boy, you want to hold on to that football, and you're right, Theron Lewis, Johnny on the spot, because that would have been a devastating blow for Cleveland, who've already turned the football over 2 times.
28-7 Soul, 13:30 and counting here in the first half. Deeker under center, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left is Dominic Goodman. Man in motion is Taylor. There's the snap. Time to throw. Deeker in trouble, now hit. He is sacked. He is brought down by Metz. Jake Metz with the first sack of the game. Looked like he had time at first, but it didn't last for long.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bull, they wanted to hit Colin Taylor, who was the high motion man, and he got absolutely blasted by Dwayne Hollis and the Jack linebacker Gooseby as they double-teamed him, and the pressure just got to him in a hurry. Really good defense by Philly.
So now the Glads looking at a 2nd and 14 back at their own 12-yard line. Deeker calls the play. Man in motion, Goody to the left side. Drops back to pass. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. Fires. Intercepted. Return to the 15. 10-5 touchdown. A brutal throw by Deeker. I'm not sure, Dustin, what he was looking at there, but Gooseby with the interception. Joe Gooseby there was nobody really even that close to him. Makes the catch. I think he was feeling the pressure at the end a little bit, but I'm not sure he was throwing the ball to.
No, there was some pressure on the outside. So I can't tell who got a hand on it, but the ball was tipped. And an easy pick 6 for Gooseby. And Bull, we're talking about a 28-point deficit, and we've got a whole quarter to play here. Talking about basically a quarter into the game.
My gosh.
Jeez.
34-7 Seoul, exactly 12 minutes remaining in the first half as Philly will try to attempt the extra point. Gladiators will play Philadelphia 3 times this year. There's the kick. It's up. It's good. It's 35-7 Philly off of 3 turnovers. That interception returned for a touchdown. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more Gladiators football. You're listening to the Cleveland Gladiators, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Halftime without the Gladiators being down anymore. Hopefully they can cut into this lead. 35-7, 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Gladiators looking for a good return here from Beavers. It goes into the crowd, so the Gladiators to the side of the net. So the Gladiators will start this possession at the 5-yard line, down by 28, Dustin. Is it crazy to think, you talked about going to the backup quarterback if things were going poorly. I know you can't put all of this on the quarterback. Some of it's on the defense, but Deeker's really struggling right now.
Yeah, well, he really is, but I don't think it's to the point where you're going to go to the backup and kill the confidence of Deeker.
Yeah.
I think it's way too early in the season. There's a reason why he's earned the starting quarterback job. They went through training camp, and to bench your starting quarterback, 17 minutes, 18 minutes into the season, I think that's a little bit too premature. We'll see how this thing plays out. Well, it's a crazy game. It's certainly not over yet, but it's not looking good.
Completion to Goodman. No, incomplete. Goodman had the completion at the 15, but it got stripped out. Great play by Hollis defensively for Philly. Looked like Goody was going to have the catch there, Dustin. And as he was falling to the ground, Hollis stripped it out of his hands. So instead of a first down, it'll be a 2nd and 10.
It's the difference between the secondary that it's played together, and you have some veteran players out there. Larico Stevenson, Hollis, these guys are very confident, and you watch him just with the hand signals and the communication they have pre-snap, and, of course, once the ball is snapped, they're on the same page.
Taylor in motion. Deeker drops back, has the fullback, and it's complete for 2 yards. Brandell, actually, one of the offensive linemen, Brandell, made the grab. So the Gladiators looking to shake it up, do something different to try to get a spark. A short gain to Brandell, and the Gladiators are looking at a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 7, down 28 with 10:20 to go in the first half.
It's amazing. They've really only been able to move the ball with a trick play. I mean,
That's right.
The Souls defense has been smothering so far.
Taylor in motion, all 3 receivers left side. There's a flag on the play. It's a deep throw to the end zone. He's got Lewis, but he overthrows him. Lewis came clean, Dustin, deep on the other side of the field. It would have been good enough for a touchdown. There is a flag on the play in the Soul secondary. I think it's going to be a penalty, though, on the Gladiators because I saw that flag. No, it's on the Soul. Bad job out of me talking over the referee's call, but the penalty's on the Soul. I thought I saw the flag come out before the play, but it's good news for the Gladiators.
Automatic first down.
First down and 10. So instead of a 4th down play, it's a 1st and 10 Gladiators at their own 13-yard line, 9:50 and counting, first half. Now 2 receivers to the left side. Taylor in motion. Deeker has time, fires complete to Goodman. That ball's up to the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. Gain of, now they're going to call it the 17, gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for the Gladiators. Will try to march it down the field. If they can get this down to 14 by halftime, down 28 now. If it's 14 at halftime,
it's a ball game.
I'll sign for that. Let's see if they can do it. They have not, Soul have scored on all 5 of their, well, actually, they've only had 4 possessions. Their 5th score was on a defensive score on an interception return for a touchdown. 3 receivers right side. Deeker drops back under pressure, fires as he gets hit. He has a man and is incomplete. Oh, Theron Lewis was open. Deeker got hit by Jennings as he was throwing, and I think the hit, Dustin, may have taken a little off the throw, and so he wasn't able to complete it because Lewis was open.
Yeah, Jennings comes on a little bit of a twist here on the outside, and Deeker's throwing off his back foot. It absolutely affected the throw, and it was underthrown, and Theron Lewis was open for a second. If Deeker could have stepped into that throw, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, instead, Hollis was able to catch up with him, and it was really in the end behind Lewis. So now we're looking at a 3rd down and 6, 8:25 to go first half. All 3 receivers right side. Deeker has time, fires, has a man, and is intercepted, overthrown. It's picked off by Hollis. He's to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Soul. My gosh. It is 41-7. Deeker overthrows his man, and it leads to a touchdown for an interception. With just under 8 minutes to go, the Soul will kick an extra point. Wow. Dwayne Hollis, Dustin, has scored the last 2 touchdowns, picking off Deeker. That one returned about 30-something yards. That was, again, Deeker with the overthrow. He had a man open.
Second pick of the night.
Hollis, by the way, shaking up a little bit on the play of this injury timeout. Hey, don't let the pain slow you down. Rise above the ashes with Phoenix Kinetic Cream. Extra point snap is high, but it's grabbed nicely by the holder. Great job. The kick is up. It is good. 42-7. Soul on top. 7:25 to go in the first half. The first half, we'll take a break. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. And from the Quicken Loans Arena, Adam the Bull, Dustin Fox. Things not going well here for the Gladiators. In opening night, they trail the Soul 42-7, 7:25 to go here in the first half. Hey, every Gladiators home game offers drink specials at the Q. Get select draft beers for only $2 and Pepsis for only $1. For tickets, call 216-420-2222. Visit clevelandgladiators.com or any Northern Ohio discount drug mart. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. Dustin, 42-7. We talked about hoping to get it back to 14 at the half. It's going to be pretty tough to do. The Soul have 6 touchdowns, 4 on offense, the last 2 on defense. The Gladiators have had the ball a lot for the last few minutes, but the Soul have been the one scoring. Return off the net to the goal line. Now cuts back near side and tackled inside the 2-yard line. A terrible return that time for Beavers. He's having a rough evening so far, Dustin.
Well, he fumbled the 1 return. This one's going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
And on that last interception, that last pick 6, the ball was intended for him. I wasn't able to tell how much effort he could put on to try and become the defensive back on that play, but yeah, rough start for Beavers.
All right, so the Gladiators trying to mount to what would be a great comeback. We'll see if
it'd be like an all-time great comeback. It is arena football, and crazier things have happened. I saw this team come back from 19 in 60 seconds 2 seasons ago, so crazier things have happened. But the way that the Gladiators' offense has looked so far, you don't have a lot of confidence in that happening right now.
Well, let's see if they can get it going. Deeker gets a man in motion to the right side. It's Lewis. All 3 receivers. Near side. Caught. Goodman. Short completion, maybe up to the 7-yard line. Looks like about a gain of 4. Well, the Gladiators will take anything at this point to try to get this offense on track.
The combination coverages that these guys in the secondary from Philly are putting on the receivers, it appears as though they're just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a really good job getting their hands on the guys at the line of scrimmage and then passing off to the other members of the secondary. Philly Soul, pretty darn good in the back end.
Deeker, high throw to Taylor, but Taylor goes up and gets it, and that's going to be good enough for a first down, Dustin. He needed some help from his quarterback, from his receiver, Colin Taylor. Skies up, makes the grab, first down Gladiators.
Yeah, the problem is, Bull, these 5-yard dink and dunk passes Philly will be fine with all day. I mean, go ahead. You've got to find a way to get over the back end of these guys and get some big plays, big chunk plays, especially when you're down 35 points.
First and 10 Gladiators at their own 14. Goodman in motion right side. The throw goes there. That's Lewis, and it's complete. Another dinker and dunker
Yeah,
or knick-knack, as Ty Lue would say,
these
for a gain of about 5.
Knickknacks are fine. I mean, Philadelphia is going to sit back there and play a little bit of zone coverage. While Rico Stevens is going to sit back and say, you want to go 5 yards and just go out of bounds, that's fine.
It's clear early that one secondary, the Soul, has played together a lot, and the other, the Gladiators, has not. Deeker under center on 2nd and 5, 5:15 to go. There's a flag. They'll stop the play, and it's going to be a false start on the Gladiators. All right, so it's going to be now 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line. 2nd and 10 after the false start. 5 minutes to go first half. 42-7 Soul. Gladiators trying to get on track offensively. They have scored just once. The Soul have 6 touchdowns to the Gladiators 1. In fact, the Soul have scored more when the Gladiators have had the ball than the Gladiators have. Taylor in motion. There's a throw complete to Goodman into Soul territory. A first down to the 21-yard line. Chris Deeker with the completion. No flow to this Gladiators offense, though, right now, Dustin.
No, nothing right now. No tempo, not a lot of confidence. That was a good throw right there and a good catch by Goody, finally to get across midfield. Second time of the game they've been across midfield. Now they got to go get some points, Bull.
4:20 to go in the first half. Clock continues to move. Gladiators with a 1st and 10 at the Soul 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Lewis now comes in motion to be the 3rd receiver to the left. Here's Deeker under center. Takes the snap. Has time. Steps up. Fires. It is incomplete. Intended for Colin Taylor, who took a hard hit at about the 3-yard line, and the ball falls incomplete.
And it was the wrong read for Deeker. He had Theron Lewis wide open, the corner of the end zone. See, what the Philadelphia Soul are doing in the back end, Bull, is they're making Deeker overthink things. You know, they're passing things off, and they take some chances. They take some risks. And right there, they passed off Theron Lewis to nobody. They double-teamed Colin Taylor, and the football was intended for Colin Taylor. And right now, Deeker looks a little bit confused.
Taylor, the receiver, far to the left. Goodman in motion to the left side. Deeker has the snap. Under pressure, fires complete to Goodman. Down to the 15-yard line. It's going to be a short gain. About 4 or 5 yards, and the Gladiators will be looking at a 3rd down and about 5. Trying to keep this drive going. Just over 3 minutes to go in the half. That's actually going to be a 3rd and 3, down to the 13. Friendly spot for the Gladiators. Deeker looks to get Lewis in motion. All 3 receivers to the right side. Deeker, there's a flag on the play. Fires. It is complete to Taylor. We'll have to wait and see who the flag is on. If it's against the Soul, it'll be a 1st down for the Gladiators. Well, either way, because the Gladiators got enough for the 1st down. All right, it's going to be a penalty on the Gladiators. Schofield, we mentioned him before. So the 1st down is nullified. They're going to back the Gladiators up. And it'll be a 3rd down and long now for the Glads. They'll back it up to about the 18. So 3rd and 8 coming up. 2:40 and counting here in the first half. Gladiators down 42-7. Disappointed big crowd here tonight, Dustin, so far.
Great crowd.
Yeah.
Opening night.
Chris Deeker under center. Lewis in motion. Deeker has time. Now fires. Far side Goodman. It is incomplete, and another flag on the play. This one in the Gladiators' backfield.
Boy, a fan interfered with Goodman on the boards.
Madsen, the offensive lineman for the Gladiators, illegal use of the hands to the face. But the penalty has been declined. Yeah, good point. There's some fan dressed up in a crazy getup who's trying to catch the ball. Fans, if you're sitting in the front row, don't be a Bartman. Don't try to catch the ball. I mean, Goody's trying to go into the crowd to catch it.
A Gladiators fan became a Philadelphia Soul defensive back.
I know. He might have caught the ball. Now would have been wiped out on a penalty anyway, but still. 4th down and 8. Gladiators, of course, going for it at the 18. They need this badly. Taylor in motion. Deeker has time. Fires for the end zone. Touchdown! Gladiators! Colin Taylor comes free in the end zone. Deeker hits him in stride. The best play of the night for the Gladiators.
Best throw, best catch, best play for this Gladiators offense. They needed it. It was 4th down. You know, the game already feels kind of out of reach, but if you don't get this one, she might be singing.
Yeah. For once, Dustin, Deeker was able to plant that leg and get a lot on the throw, and he went opposite side of the field, deep corner, and Taylor comes wide open and makes the grab. And now the Gladiators will try to increase their lead, or cut down the deficit, if you will. Wishful thinking that it was a lead. 42-14 with 1:14 to go. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Trail 42-14, 1:14 to go in the first half. Bring your dog to the Monsters game for Pucks and Paws Night on Sunday, April the 10th at 5 p.m. where they take on the Rochester Americans. Dog tickets are only $5, and all proceeds benefit the Cleveland APL. For details, call 216-420-0000. Visit LakeErieMonsters.com or any Northern Ohio Discount Drug Mart. Your Monsters are powered by Constellation. Tickets start at just $10. All right, here we go. Let's see if the Monsters can do something here in the closing minutes of the game. Chris Deeker now 8 of 18, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Never a good sign when the quarterback only has 48 yards, Dustin, with a minute to go in the first half.
No, not in this league, and especially when you look across the way and Radabau's got 111 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Gladiators kick off. The return off the net by Jennings. He's to the 5, breaks a tackle, and gets all the way, Stevenson, to the 10-yard line. And that's where the Soul will start their drive. 1st and 10 at the 10. This is only the 4th drive for Philadelphia. And the Soul have scored every time they've had the ball.
Yeah, the time of possession's been pretty even, though.
Yeah.
You look at it, 11 minutes for Philly, 10 minutes for Cleveland.
It's the 5th possession for Philly. They have scored 6 touchdowns, 4 on their 4 possessions. They've scored touchdowns, and they scored 2 touchdowns defensively. Radabau has been unbelievable. We'll tell you more about him when we come back. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. From the Q, Arena Football, Philadelphia Soul on top of the Gladiators. Good news is it was 42-7. Bad news is it's still 42-14. Adam the Bull, Dustin Fox. Dustin, what can the Gladiators do here in this final minute?
They can get a stop and score some points. That's what they can do right now.
A pick 6 would be huge right now.
Well, just got to get on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, defense has to come up with a stop here, whether it be an interception, a fumble, or heck, a turnover on downs. It becomes a little bit of strategy here. Obviously, the final minute of the first half, teams want to score, but you also don't want to allow the other team to have one last possession, and that's what's going through the minds of Philadelphia right now. They've got to go the length of the field, but they don't want to score too quick because they don't want to make the drive all for naught. If they score and the Glad score, then it's nothing. They want to score and leave minimal amount of time left for Cleveland.
Last year's MVP, Dan Radabau, looking for his 5th touchdown.
There you go.
Picked off.
There you
and
go.
There's the pick 6. We called for it. There it is. Pick 6 Gladiators. How about that? Powell making the catch and the touchdown. Joe Powell. I just said it. We need a pick 6. Radabau had not made a single mistake all night, Dustin. He only had 2 incompletions. And on the first throw of that drive, he's picked Powell into the end zone, and the Gladiators got it down to 21, pending the extra point.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered, Bull. You called it. Powell steps in front. It was going to be a nice little dink and dunk pass for Radabau, and Powell, obviously, is in his first season with Cleveland, gets off to a big start.
Yeah, big play there. The kick is good by Trevino, and it was 42-7. 15 seconds ago. Now, 42-21. It happens just like that in the Arena League. 55 and a half seconds to go in the first half, Dustin. And the Gladiators breathing a little life into the crowd and into themselves here in the final minute.
I'd onside kick it right now if I was Cleveland.
You think he'll do it?
Why not? try to steal possession. I mean, worst case
Good
scenario.
point.
Worst case scenario, you give the football to them near midfield. I mean, they've moved up and down the field all game. You've got to try and steal some possessions. Maybe you build off of some of that momentum from that pick six.
Yeah, I mean, you get an onside kick your way. Maybe you score 3 touchdowns in less than a minute.
Yeah.
You're right back in this game. If the Gladiators can get it to 14 at halftime, which didn't look possible 2 minutes ago, they're going to have a lot of momentum going into the half. And the Gladiators will have the ball to start the second half as well, because the Soul had it first.
They're prepared for it. Take a look at Philly.
Yeah.
They've got all their men up around the 10-yard line.
You're right. 7 of their 8 guys are up front, right at the 10. One man back deep is Stevenson. He's the only one for the Soul that's back. Trevino sets up the ball at the goal line. Gladiators in a bunch right behind him. Now Trevino goes to their left, to our right. Arm up in the air, ready to make the kick. And no, he's going to kick it deep. It is off the net. It's caught by Stevenson. Return to the 5. He's hit, and he's dropped inside the 5-yard line with 51.2 seconds left. Gladiators trail 42-21. They decide to kick deep. I knew you wanted the onside kick, but at least it was a bad return.
I'm always for going for onside kicks, especially in this league, because teams score so easily, and Philly's got such a terrific offense. They try to steal possession away from Coach Tun, obviously maybe a little bit more conservative than me at this point in the game. Still 51 seconds to go. You've got all your timeouts, so you can still get the football back.
And if they don't gain positive yardage on a play, the clock stops. That's only at the end of the game. It's only at the end of the game. My bad. There's the snap and a flag on the play. Completion of the 15, 17-yard line. We've got multiple flags on the play. So the final minute of the game, you have to move positive yardage, not the final minute of each half, just to clarify. I think we've got a false start on the Soul there. More complaints from Philadelphia's coach, Clint Dalzell. Discussion with the officials. Now they come back on the field. All right, the penalty not on the Soul. It's on the Gladiators. The penalty declined after the completion up to the 17-yard line. So the Soul get a first down and 10. 40 seconds and counting here in the first half. All right, maybe you're not getting it down to 14, but you got to keep it at 21 before the end of the half. Gladiators have to tighten up defensively. Clock moving, Soul, they're not rushing here.
There's no need for them. They don't want to give the football back to the Gladiators.
Right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 man in motion to the right. Rodaball fakes, now fires deep, has a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, unbelievable. What a great fake and throw. Cal Lenamoku comes open for his 3rd touchdown of the game, Dustin. That's a killer.
Double move on the outside. Little pump and go from Rodaball. He's got Kalena Moku running down the far sideline. He's going to beat Powell. And then Ray Little's late in his coverage over top, and that's an easy touchdown. But a lot of time left here, Bull. 19.8 seconds. It's plenty of time for Cleveland to go down and score and try to erase that touchdown. I think Philly scored a little bit too quick. I know you never want to complain about a touchdown, but you never want to give that much time to Cleveland here before the half.
48-21. Extra point is up, and it's good.
No, it's no good.
It's no good. It's just wide right. So Gladiators get a break on that play, so it'll remain 48-21. The Soul might score 100 points in this game. Hopefully that won't happen.
All right, Mr. Positive.
It went off the upright, the right upright, and it goes wide. So a break for the Gladiators there. The lead is still 27. First missed extra point of the game on what was the 10th touchdown of the first half. Unfortunately, 7 for the Soul and only 3 for the Gladiators. It's been a great first half. Outside of 1 pick 6 for Rodabaugh, he's completed 13 of 17 passes, Dustin, for about 150 yards and 5 touchdowns. Outside of that pick 6, the reigning MVP has been brilliant in this game.
Yeah, he has been terrific, Bull. That one interception was a killer. but he has nearly completed every pass. I mean, he's been sitting back there. His offensive line have done a really good job keeping him in the pocket. And he's been on time and accurate with his throws.
Only 3 passes have not been completed by him. 2 incompletions and a pick 6. That's it. Gladiators will get a chance. 19.8 to go in the first half. 48-21 Seoul. 1st and 10 coming up for the Gladiators. Well, maybe they'll return it for a touchdown. Who knows? It's off the netting, and it's bobbled again. It's been a rough start to the Gladiators' career for Beavers, Dustin. He's fumbled. He's had a bad return inside the 5, and that with a chance to return. He bobbles it in the end zone, and it has to be a touchback to the 5.
Well, the way that play was kind of going, it's probably better that it was a touchback. You take no time off the clock, and I don't know that he was going to even get back to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, maybe not. All right, 19.8 to go. Gladiators down 27. Looking to cut the lead back. They can get it to 20 maybe at the half. They're going to have to score quickly, obviously. 19.8 seconds left. Deeker under center. 2 receivers, Goody and Taylor to the right. A 1-man to the left is Lewis. Or excuse me, Lewis to the right, the other 2 to the left. Now Taylor in motion to the right side in the slot. Deeker goes near side for Goodman, and he's pushed out of bounds after a short gain of about 5 yards.
The Glads just want to get a little bit of room here. Goody goes to about the 10-yard line, declares himself out of bounds. Clock will stop. Cleveland still has all 3 timeouts. Bull, he want to work this 2-minute drill, but you don't have that much time to take these 5-6-yard gains. That takes about 3 seconds off the clock. They've got to get a couple throws here to get past midfield so that you can at least have a shot to the end zone before half.
2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line. 16.4 ticks left. Deeker takes the snap. Has time. Fires. It is incomplete. No, it is intercepted. Return to the 20. The 15. You need a tackle here. 10-5. Touchdown. He's tackled, but not before he crosses the goal line. Another pick 6 for the Philadelphia Soul. This time it's Belton, Tracy Belton. An overthrow. Again, the ball was dropped into the hands of Belton. That is the 4th pick of the half by Deeker, and the 3rd that's been returned for a touchdown. Actually, I don't even think it was tipped. That was a really nice play by Belton. He makes the sliding catch, Dustin, and you needed a tackle, but they didn't get it until just inside the goal line.
That's the problem, Bull. I mean, he makes the interception. He falls to the ground. He actually gets back up and runs right through the middle of the entire Gladiators team. Somebody has to make a tackle there.
Yeah, I mean
there's no time. I mean, you make a tackle, it's going to be one more play for Philly, and you go to halftime.
Instead, another touchdown, and after the Gladiators had cut the 42-point lead down to 21, well, now it's back up to 34 again. 55-21 is the score with 6 seconds left. The extra point is good. So the Gladiators will get one chance here with 6 seconds left. Maybe a return, maybe a touchback in one play. We'll see. Who knows if there's enough time. But with 6 seconds left in the Arena League, there's always a chance. But the Soul, let's face it, it's outside of the 1 pick 6 by Rodaba. They've been brilliant in this game. They've played very good defensively, and they've been better. They've been great on both sides of the ball.
The problem with that pick 6 right there and the timing of it, Bull, is the fact that Cleveland's going to get the football to start the second half. Okay, so even if you don't score on that drive, the only thing you cannot do is throw an interception for a touchdown, right? I mean, you're down 4 scores already. At least you go into halftime, regroup, make some adjustments, and you can come out, you get the football, and you can cut it to 3 scores. 3 scores in this league is doable. But now you're down 4.
Now you're down 5 scores.
Now you're down, 5 scores.
Yeah.
Not good.
Nope. 8 touchdowns. 5 by the offense, 3 by the defense. The Gladiators will have one more chance. Beavers off the net, has it, and he will take it out of the end zone of the 5. Breaks the tackle and is tripped up at the 9-yard line, where the Gladiators will have it with 1.2 seconds left. So they'll have a chance for one throw into the end zone. I guess it wouldn't have to be into the end zone, but you'd think it would be. 1.2 seconds. What do you do? Who do you go to, Dustin? Who are you looking for deep?
I'm throwing it off the net if you can get it there. The net is playable, and they're going to put everybody back deep here.
fly it out there.
You just fly it off the net, and you hope that you have enough time to get it down there. And the problem is that Philadelphia is going to be rushing Chris Deeker. And so you have to roll him out of the pocket a little bit here and try and buy a little bit of time, or you're going to run a hook and ladder. That's your other option.
Yeah. All right, Taylor's the man deep in the end zone. One receiver to each side. Taylor in motion to the right side. Deeker takes the snap. Clock hits 0. He fires. Complete to Lewis at the 20, 25, 20, 15, 10. Breaks a tackle. Oh, but he's tripped up at the 7-yard line. The Gladiators needed just a couple of more seconds, but it wasn't enough. The 14 at the end.
Yeah, they've got a big game coming up next week against Tampa Bay, so you want to get this sour taste out of your mouth right here in this second half.
Beavers from the end zone returns to the 5, the 10, breaks a tackle, 15, 17, up to the 18, and I think more yardage. I believe somebody grabbed his face mask, Dustin, back around the 10-yard line. There's a flag around there, and I think the Gladiators are going to gain even more yards. Deeker will come out for the second half. So he'll remain on the field as the quarterback despite 4 picks in the first half.
18. 10 yards added to the end of the run, first down.
Now you heard the call there from Joe Pester, the referee. Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. So great field position for the Gladiators to start the second half. 55-21, 14:48 to go in the third quarter. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the Seoul 22-yard line. More good news in local sports. The Lake Erie Monsters lead 2-1 in the first period.
And the Cavaliers up 32-23 after one.
There you go. So all good for the Cleveland except for here where the Gladiators trailing big. Here's a completion to Goodman. Quick screen pass. And Dominic Goodman, he picks up about 3 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Gladiators at the Seoul 19-yard line as they look for the second half to hopefully be their half. Coach Tunn had a quick word with Chris Deeker. Now Deeker under center. Goodman split out to the right. Lewis to the left. Taylor's the motion man to the right side. Here he goes into the slot. Deeker takes the snap. Has time. Fires, and it's complete. Reaching into the crowd and pulling it back is Lewis. And he's tackled at the 5-yard line. And Dustin, the Gladiators to start the second half. Good start here. They have reached the Geico Blue Zone.
Take a look at Theron Lewis on that last catch, Bull. Over on that near sideline, over the boards. He kind of dapped up some of the fans in the front row right there, is thanking them for not interfering with it. As on the opposite side, the exact opposite happened. As some of the fans interfere with Goodman,
who is still standing up in the first row. There's a handoff. Run to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown. And Beavers, who has struggled in the return game, was in motion going left to right. Deeker took the snap, and then he took the draw and ran it into the end zone 5 yards.
Pretty efficient drive, Bull.
Yeah.
They go 4 plays down the field and get back on the board. This is why that interception before half was so critical.
Yep.
I mean, think about the score would be right now.
You'd be down 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
Which is doable. All right, well, listen, nothing you can do now. Let's see if the Gladiators can come back. First, Gladiators touchdown for Beaver. Beaver, yes, extra point is blocked, and the Gladiators will cover it up. But a block on the extra point. Not Beaver, who is one of your favorite singers, as we all know, but Beaver.
Beaver?
Beaver's with the touchdown.
Oh, Bieber.
I said Bieber, one of your favorite singers.
Yeah, Justin Bieber, by the way.
You want to sing some of his music?
I was going to give a promotion for Quicken Loans Arena. It'll be here April 28th.
There you go. All right, we're going to take a quick break. It's 55-27 in favor of the Soul. 12:34 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Solutions Ask the Booth Answer. The winner with a question coming up is Dustin. Who you got?
Wally on Twitter asked, what's the biggest difference when calling a Gladiators game as opposed to a college game? Hashtag Ask the Booth.
Good question.
It's a great question. Well, I'll tell you what the biggest difference is speed of the game. You know, we're talking about having a guy in motion, a small field. The game is it's like basketball indoors. So you got to always kind of be quick and allow your play-by-play guy to get his call in without kind of stepping on your toes.
There you go. Trevino with the kickoff. It's into the crowd. And that was the Unique Home Solutions Ask the Booth answer. Thanks for Wally. He is the winner. Congratulations to Wally. Follow the Gladiators on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay connected. Interact with the team like never before while you view and share team pictures and videos. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. 12:27, third quarter. Gladiators down 55-27. Dan Rodabaugh on the field for the first time in the second half. He's had a great first half. 13 of 16, 157, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. He has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Rodabaugh, quick throw. It is knocked away. Incomplete. Getting the big paw on it there was, let's see. That was Rose, who's made a couple of plays on that defensive line.
Yeah, well, they've got to do a better job creating some pressure. And right there, Robert Rose, the ex-Buckeye, gets a big paw on it. And the guys in the secondary got to be aware. I mean, that could have been an interception. Powell's got to be on that.
Quick throw, incomplete, big hit, but it was already coming loose. The hit was made by Little. A couple of quick throws in a row, and neither one goes well for the Soul. He's had, they're going quick with these. They've been quick. I mean, 1 second, get it off. They've had no problem protecting the quarterback. A little surprised they're rushing these throws.
Also, Bull, the problem here, it seems for this defense is they've been good on first and second down at times, but then all of a sudden you get third and long, fourth and long. You give Rodabaugh some time and he'll make you pay.
Has time now. Steps up in the pocket, fires, and it is complete to the 20. Midfield, down to the Gladiators' 22-yard line. The catch is made by Reynolds, and a great throw. You mentioned having time. You mentioned third down plays. Both happened there. Good throw by Rodabaugh, long completion and a first down.
I'll tell you what, this is like a well-oiled machine watching this Philadelphia offense. They run everything so precise. The routes, the way that the timing works, it's like watching an opera or something, right? I mean, it's just beautiful, some of these routes.
First and 10 at the Gladiators' 23 for Rodabaugh and the Soul. Fires near side, complete. Short gain to Kaule Namoku. I think we're up to 4 screw-ups on that name so far today.
I think 6.
Is it 6?
Not 7.
Anyway, it's a short gain. Pickup of about 4, 2nd and 6 at the Gladiators' 19. 9:50 and counting. Soul already up 28 points and looking for more. The only time the Gladiators have stopped them the entire night is on the pick 6. That's it. 1 stop for the Gladiators. Rodabaugh, 2 guys to the left. 1 man in motion now is the third receiver to the left. Looks for him. Now fires up the field. Has a man in the end zone. Incomplete. He had McDaniel open in the end zone, Dustin, but a rare overthrow by Rodabaugh.
I was just going to say the same thing. That's a very uncharacteristic throw for Rodabaugh, and McDaniel's wide open. He had 2 guys wide open on that play.
So it'll be a third down, second third down of the drive. Last third down play, they picked up 20-plus yards. If they pick up 20-plus yards on this play, it'll be a Soul touchdown to put them up into the 60s. Kaule Namoku to the left. Man in motion is McDaniel to the left. Rodabaugh looking for him. It's incomplete. May have been tipped. See if somebody got a hand on it. There was a little pressure for the first time.
Curtis Young might have got a little bit of a hand on it there.
And we're looking at a 4th down. Soul have had a 4th down once, and they got a first down on the play. We'll see if the Gladiators can stop them. 4th and 6 at the Glad's 19.
If they can get a stop here, it'd be a big break because there's a couple of busts in the back end. Rodabaugh has a couple of misses. That doesn't usually happen. You only need 1 stop, 1 play right here. Start the comeback right now.
McDaniel split out to the left, 1 man to the right. Man in motion left side in the slot. Rodabaugh takes the snap, fires, has a man, and it's intercepted. What a great grab. Return to the 5. Missed the tackle 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's got all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Powell. Touchdown, Gladiators.
Well, that's his second pick 6 of the night, and both have come at the perfect opportunity.
And that one was almost the entire
my
field. That's
goodness.
about 50 yards. What a turnaround there for the Gladiators. Powell picked it at the 5, fell to the ground, ran backwards to the 2, looked like they had a chance to get him at the 10, and then he cut back to the near side of the field and had an open field from there on out. He high steps it into the end zone for a touchdown.
He was sinking into coverage. I'm not sure if he left his man because it was almost like how a cover 2 corner in the outdoor game would come back and fall off. He dives for the interception.
That was a great catch.
Great awareness for him to get up, and then a couple of key blocks down the field, and he just kind of knew how to get to the end zone. He followed his blockers, and Glads are back on the board, back in the game.
Bad snap on the extra point, but they get it down. The kick is up and good. There is a flag on the extra point. I think it's on the Soul. We'll have to wait and see, but the Gladiators have it down to 21. 55-34. There's still a long way to go in this game, Dustin.
Roughing the kicker, 98. That penalty will be added on the first play after the kickoff. The try is good.
Teddy Jennings, Soul defensive lineman, Dustin, personal foul, roughing the kicker. So now on the kickoff.
All right, so onside kick.
There you go.
And you get the penalty on it.
Yeah.
If you don't get it.
All right, 7:07 to go, third quarter, 55-34. Gladiators making a comeback. We'll see if it continues next. You're listening to Gladiators Football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Field of Quicken Loans Arena, 55-34. Soul on top of the Gladiators making a run after a pick 6. Adam the Bull, Dustin Fox, 7:07 to go, third quarter. Bring your group of 10 or more to the queue to experience Gladiators football. Group tickets start at only $10 and include exclusive perks. Call 216-420-2500 or visit clevelandgladiators.com for more info. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions.
And one of these times I'm going to predict an onside kick correctly.
Well, we'll see if they do it. The Soul are up, so every time you've said they should do it, the Soul have been.
They're prepared for it.
Yeah. And what I don't understand is it was the personal foul.
It'll be assessed on the first play,
okay,
for Philly, offensively.
And there's the kick. No onside kick. They kick it deep. Stevenson looking for it off the net, but it goes into the crowd.
It'll be half the distance to the goal here from the 5.
So the Soul will have to start. They'll back it up to the 2.5-yard line. That's exactly where it'll start. So it'll be 1st and 10 Soul for the 2.5. The Gladiators have a glimmer of hope here, Dustin. They're down just 21 points. We still got a quarter and a half to go in this game. If they can score again here without the Soul getting back on the board, they're right back in this game.
No doubt. No doubt.
All right, Soul huddle up in the end zone. Gladiators got to be fired up. I know the crowd is fired up right now.
They haven't had a lot of positive things to cheer about, but right now, especially with Philly backed up, they've got a shot.
Brought a ball, man in motion right side, firing it, good coverage. Nowhere to throw, but there comes a late flag.
Goodness.
McDaniel was covered by Little.
Adam, he has fantastic coverage. The ball was uncatchable anyway, and they're going to get
That's a terrible
Little.
call.
They're going to get Little for pass interference.
Well, pass, holding 7, defense.
They're saying prior to the pass, so it doesn't matter that it was uncatchable. It looked like just good coverage to me.
I thought he had excellent position down the field. And it was a late flag, so they said it happened early in the down. Boy.
Yeah. Well, I think one flag came out late. The other one might have come out a little earlier. Let's see the coverage here. We're seeing the replay. It's hard to tell from that angle.
It looked like Reynolds had a hold of Little's jersey.
Yeah, and the second ref, the one behind the play, he threw his flag after it was incomplete. So I don't know how that's holding before the play, but a first down for the Soul. Plenty of time to throw. Raudabaugh has a man, and it's completed to 20 and knocked out of bounds and into the crowd. Big hit that time. Woo, Powell, who has 2 pick sixes, just nailed McDaniel into the crowd or into the bench.
Get in the action. Oh, and McDaniel's upset. He's trying to get back onto the field, couldn't get the door to open. But what a monster hit from Joe Powell. Comes over from his cornerback spot, knocks McDaniels, who catches it right at the boards, out of bounds.
All right, it's going to be a 2nd down and 1 for the Soul. Gladiators need to step it up defensively, get a big stop or maybe another interception. 2nd down and 1, ball just shy of the Soul 22. All receivers to the right side. The man in motion this time will be Reynolds. He now goes to the left, but a flag on the play. Delay a game on the Soul. So instead of a 2nd and 1, we're looking at a 2nd and 6. Both teams have all their timeouts. 5:27 remaining in the third quarter. Gladiators once down 35, now down 21. In fact, they've been down 35 twice in this game. Both times they've cut it to 21, and hopefully they keep it even closer. Other scores. Cavaliers leading the Hawks 47-30. Second quarter. In our best bet segment, I picked the Cavs tonight, Dustin. Looking good.
Good pick.
47-30. Hopefully they don't collapse in the fourth quarter. There's a pass that's complete, and that's a first down. The catch made by Kaulana Moku into Gladiators territory at the 22-yard line. He came wide open near side of the field. Big hit again. I like what I've seen from Powell in this game.
I was going to say the same thing. I mean,
he's not getting much help in the secondary right now.
Yeah, 2 pick sixes on the night, couple of big hits. They're fighting.
Need a big stop. 1st and 10 at the Gladiators 22. 4:30 to go, third quarter. 55-34. Man in motion left side. Raudabaugh has time. Fires to the fullback out of the end zone. Former Gladiator, of course, Richardson, Jeremy Richardson, but he overthrows the big man, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Richardson was wide open in the flat coming out of the backfield, but not a good, rare bad throw by Raudabaugh.
Yeah, but there was pressure from the Glads up front, and I think it was Randy Colling who got his hands up that made it very difficult for Raudabaugh to have a throwing lane. And that's why it was overthrown.
All right, they're asking for the crowd to make some noise. 2nd and 10, just under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Raudabaugh under center, man in motion left side. Has it, fires, complete, wide open. Once again is McDaniel in the middle of the field. Not great coverage that time, and another first down for the Soul. Once again in the Geico Blue Zone. Clock continues to run, 3:25 and counting in the third quarter. Gladiators D needs to make a big play. 1st and goal at the 8 for the Soul, or methodically marching the ball down the field. Long huddle for the Soul. Only 2 seconds of the play clock, I believe. They just get it off. Handoff, broken tackle, but nowhere to go for Richardson that time. A short gain. Colin Keoshian making the play. A short gain of 1. It looked like initially Richardson was going to be stopped in the backfield, but then Keoshian cleans him up along with Nelson, and it'll be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. 2 receivers split out to the left. Reynolds, the lone man, to the right. Now he's behind the quarterback, now in motion to the left side. Raudabaugh throws for the end zone, incomplete. No flag. They were looking for one. May have been a grab, but
that one they got away with.
Yeah,
Their earlier one I thought was a no call, but they get away with one right there, and
Little got a hand on to McDaniel that time.
that's a big no call, Bull, because that would have been an automatic 1st and goal. Instead, you got a 3rd and 7 coming up, 3rd and goal, I should say. And they've got an opportunity here. Put a little pressure on Raudabaugh.
2 minutes to go, third quarter. Can the Gladiators stand tall and keep him out of the end zone? Raudabaugh, 3rd and goal at the 7. Man in motion left side, has the snap. Fires, it's incomplete and nearly intercepted.
Boy.
What a breakup by Boyle, who jumped in there and just knocked it away at the last second and almost was able to pick it off. Big play.
But Boyle jumps in the air, kind of mistimes it, and he almost gets it with one hand. Nearly pulls it in for the interception.
And Powell was right behind him.
I think Powell might have gotten it.
Yeah.
Had Boyle not put a paw on it.
And the Soul are going to go for it here, Dustin. 4th and goal, no field goal for them. 4th and goal at the 7. Can the Glads make a big stop and have a chance to get the ball down 21 for the first time in the game?
Surprised they don't kick a field goal here.
Raudabaugh throwing for the end zone, has a man, it is caught. Touchdown, Soul.
Well, that's why they don't kick field goals. They just feel like they can score on any possession and score at will. And right there, another touchdown, going to make it a 4-possession game.
3rd touchdown of the day for Reynolds. his 7th catch of the evening, and that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Because if the Gladiators had stopped him there, they would have had the ball down 21 with a chance to cut it to 2 scores with still a full quarter to go. Instead, they're back down 28, pending the extra point. 61-34 the score. It's been a big night for Darius Reynolds. 3 touchdowns in this quarter. Extra point is up, and it is good. We're going to take a break. 62-34 the score. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Promotions and breaking news sent directly to your phone. Text Gladiators to 720-720. Text message and data rates may apply. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. Stick around after every home game for the post-game field party presented by University Hospital's Elyria Medical Center. Get player autographs on the field. For details, visit clevelandgladiators.com. Adam the Bull, Dustin Fox here at the Q. 26.8 seconds remaining. Opening night. The Arena Football League season. Gladiators down 62-34. Here's the kickoff. Beavers off the net. No, it comes near side to Theron Lewis. He has the return, and he is tackled out of bounds at about the 7. Some pushing and shoving after the play. No flags on the play, though. 16.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's 62-34. Hey, kids, join the coolest club in town, the Gladiators Kids Club. For only $15, you get a drawstring bag, T-shirt, game tickets, and more. For details, call 216-420-2222 or visit clevelandgladiators.com. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. The clock continues to run, and it's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. 62-34 our score at the end of 3. We're back for the fourth quarter next. It's Gladiator football presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. Arena Cleveland Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. The end of 3, it's 62-34. Philadelphia Soul lead the Cleveland Gladiators. Opening night of the Arena Football League. Adam the Bull, Dustin Fox. Dustin Chris Deeker tonight, 14 of 26. 2 touchdowns, but 4 big picks. That's been the big story tonight.
Yeah, that's what has hurt this team. I mean, they haven't killed themselves, but they have with the certainly the turnovers, the pick sixes, the 2 big pick sixes don't happen. They're in this ball game right now. I mean, the scoreboard obviously it doesn't look good right now. You're down 4 scores heading into the fourth quarter. But the game's not completely over yet. Crazier things have happened. You got to get a score quick, and then the onside kicks have to ensue.
They got to shut out the Soul in the fourth quarter.
They have to
have a chance.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Got to pitch a shutout, and they already have 62, so that won't be easy to do. Deeker with the ball for the Gladiators. 1st and 10 at their own 8 to start the fourth quarter. Man in motion right side. Takes the snap. Drops back. Under pressure. He's touched. Gets away. Complete to the 20. Nice move to the outside 25 and pushed out of bounds at midfield is Theron Lewis. A big gain for the Gladiators. They pick up 17, 18 yards on the play. Nice start to the fourth quarter.
Dwayne Hollis, defensive back for Philly, falls down on the play. It really opens up that zone for Theron Lewis to sit down and get a little bit of yak after the reception, and the Glads needed that. They could get some positive things going here on this drive.
Deeker under center, man in motion. Taylor to the left side in the slot. Drops back. Now steps up in the pocket. Moves left side. Fires.
Oh, boy.
Tipped and incomplete and nearly intercepted by Tracy Belton. He could have easily picked off that. Would have been the 5th pick by Deeker. Fortunately for the Glads, it falls incomplete. Second down.
Oh, boy. That would have been another house call, too. Philly would have easily walked that one into the house for another pick 6. Deeker, I thought he did a good job stepping away from the pressure. But I just didn't see Belton. Belton comes out of nowhere and just drops that one.
All right, Deeker has got to be a little shell-shocked right now for all the picks he's thrown. 2 receivers to the left, drops back, throws it deep, fires to Taylor. It's incomplete, overthrew him to the far sideline. Taylor a little gimpy there. Hopefully he's not injured. Hey, don't let pain slow you down. Rise above the ashes with Phoenix Kinetic Cream. Incomplete pass, Dustin. 3rd and 10. Ball at midfield, 13-15 to go, fourth quarter. We talked about the Glads need to shut out the Soul in this fourth quarter. Well, they need to score every time they have the ball as well. Two receivers to the left. In motion, Lewis now goes to the left side as well. Deeker takes the snap, drops back 5 yards, fires, has a man. Dominic Goodman complete. 10-5, dragging tacklers down to the 3-yard line. Took two guys with him. The all-time leading scorer dragged guys for about another 5 yards down to the 3, Dustin.
Dominic Goodman, a former high school tailback, Cincinnati Coleraine, shows off his skills there, dragging some guys. And I'm surprised Goody hasn't been more involved in this game, but we haven't really seen him much since the second quarter. He's your go-to guy in the red zone especially. Let's go back to him here on 1st and goal.
8 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown for Goodman, but as you said, not much in the second half. Man in motion right side. Fake handoff. Deeker keeps it into the end zone. No! Wow, I thought he got in. They're going to say he's just shy of the goal line, Dustin.
His knee must have went down because, to me, I'm looking where that football's at, and he's reaching across the goal line.
Yeah.
They're going to spot him about 6 inches short of that goal line.
It's 6 and goal, second and goal, no 6th and goal. We don't have those kind of rules. And maybe there's some league somewhere where there's a 6th and goal, but not here. 2nd and goal, the ball 6 inches away from the end zone. Two receivers, one receiver to the right side. Deeker keeps it himself. He's trying to get to the push in the end zone. He finally does. The sole D-line at first held him up, but the second effort gets him into the end zone, and he crosses the Geico goal line for a score.
No, it needed to have that. They had to score on this drive. Now every point matters. Certainly every extra point matters.
Yeah, this one's big because you're down 22 right now. So if you get this extra point, you don't have to go for 2-point conversions.
Obviously, every point matters, and we are definitely in onside kick territory.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Trevino ready to try the extra point. There's the snap, low snap, but nicely recovered. The kick is up, and it is good. Nice play by Arvell Nelson, because that was a bad snap. There have been some bad snaps. 62-41 our score. 11:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. All right, welcome back inside the Quicken Loans Arena. 62-41, Soul on top of the Gladiators. The Glads just scored a touchdown and cut it to 21 with 11:06 remaining. Join the Gladiators for 90s night next Saturday, April 9th at 7 when they take on the Tampa Bay Storm. Fans can enjoy $1 Pepsis, $2 draft beers, and a free post-game field party presented by University Hospitals Elyria Medical Center. Tickets are only $10. Call 216-420-2222 or visit clevelandgladiators.com. The Gladiators are presented by Unique Home Solutions. Dustin and I will be back on the call for that game next week, Saturday, 7 p.m. Hopefully the Gladiators will have better luck in that game, although this one not over. They have a chance, Dustin, down 21 with 11:06 to go. But as we said, they got to stop the Soul every time they have the ball. Onside kick, it's loose. They got a chance. Gladiators have it to the 20. They've got it. He's going to try to go all the way. 10-5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Gladiators. Shane Boyle. Defensive back Shane Boyle grabbed the onside kick and went all the way for a touchdown. There is a discussion with the officials on the field, Dustin.
I wasn't sure you're allowed to advance an onside kick. That was my only question here. And the officials discussed it a little bit. A beautifully designed call. And, Clint Dolezal, head coach of Phillies out there, maybe they're discussing whether or not it went 10 yards and or was it touched before it went 10 yards.
All right, here we're looking at the replay. From that replay, it's hard to tell where I think it definitely went. It went 10 yards.
Philadelphia's challenging the ruling that the ball was touched before it went 10 yards.
That's not true, Dustin, because it was. I think he grabbed it near the Geico blue zone, which is more than 10 yards, because they kick from the goal line. So if it reached the Geico blue zone sign, that's 10 yards, because that's between the 10 and the 15. And when you see the replay, it was a weird angle for us. But it did look like he grabbed the ball right on that Geico blue zone sign.
Well, that was a beautiful kick by Trevino.
When do you ever see anything like that? Trevino, great kick.
They call that the avalanche onside.
And then Boyle grabs it, goes untouched, untouched to like the 3-yard line and gets into the end zone. Go ahead, tell us more about that. The avalanche.
Well, you basically, there's a couple schools of thought to an onside kick, and what you saw right there was basically the entire Glad's kick team converge on the football in terms of Trevino just tries to dribble the ball out in front of him. You want it to basically just go 10 yards. You want Philly to be caught a little bit off guard by it, and you hope that it maybe hits a defender or, a return man, someone on the return team, rather. And it did, at least from our vantage point. And at that point, you can recover it, and you converge all your guys onto that one area in hopes that you can recover the kick.
I'm not sure if it hit Philly or not, but I'm almost positive from that replay that it went 10 yards. Once it goes 10 yards, it doesn't matter if it hits a Philly player or not. The Gladiators can grab it, but we saw one replay from a rough angle, so we'll see. This is a huge play, Dustin.
Yeah.
If they get this touchdown, you're down 14 pending the extra point with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah,
that's a ton of time.
And I'm coming back and onside kicking again.
Absolutely. For the latest news, score, stats, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want special features or to watch live games via the ESPN3 video player, arenafootball.com, where it's all out. Right now, it's a replay challenge, and it's the call to the booth. We'll find out the answer to the call for the booth in just a moment. The officials are coming back on the field now, and we're going to send it down, and we'll get the call from the referee, Joe Pester.
After review, it was determined that the Cleveland player touched the ball at the 9-yard line. Illegal touching at the 9, Philadelphia's ball.
Wow. Man, I guess the angle we had was not right because it looked to me like he was past the 10, but obviously I was wrong. Here we go. They're going to show us a replay. This is a better look.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
that's close, Dustin.
Even from that angle, we're looking at it, folks, on our Humongotron here at Quicken Loans Arena.
From the top angle.
But you're looking at it from the top, which is coming down from the 25-yard line. So there's still an angle to that camera.
Yeah.
So it's really
hard to tell.
How did they overturn that, Bull?
Unless they had another angle. Maybe they're going to show us another angle here. No, it's the same angle. I don't know how on earth they determine. I mean, that's right on the line. I think it's a bad call.
I think it's a bad call.
I think they blew that reverse. It looks like it's right over the 10-yard line.
Look at that. It's in the air at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, but
Coach Tunn is furious right now. He is on the field, and he's going to get a penalty here.
I don't blame him. You know what? That's one of those calls to me.
You don't overturn it.
You can't overturn it.
You don't have indisputable video evidence. Jeez Louise.
Listen, maybe, is it possible they had another angle that we're not seeing?
No.
Well, if that's the case, I don't know how the heck they overturned that call.
There's no other angle.
I mean, Joe Pester, what is he thinking there? That is terrible. And by the way, they spotted it at the 9. There's no way the ball was at the 9. Best, it was at the 9 3/4. Not that it really matters, but that ball, in my opinion, was right over the 10. I think the refs blew it. That should never have been overturned. A terrible call. Anyway, Rodabaugh, quick screen pass left side, complete for about no gain, it looks like, maybe a yard. That's a killer. Glads could be down 14. They should be down 14 right now. The refs should have listen, if they had called it right off the bat, I couldn't blame them. But anyway, crowd cheering the Indians winning their spring training game 3-0. Tribe opener is Monday, 4 o'clock, weather permitting, against the Red Sox. I know the Cavs were winning big last time we checked. Gladiators second and goal at the 9-yard line. Soul second and goal at the 9, just under 10 minutes to go. Throw for the end zone is incomplete. Nice coverage again that time by Powell. He's been the Glad's best player in the secondary.
That's a tough duty there, right there. You've got McDaniel in the slot. Powell comes over from behind and he gets away with a little bit of grab, but he uses his body to kind of shield the receiver from Rodabaugh, and now you've got a big third down coming up here.
All right, third and goal at the 9, 9:20 and counting. Soul 62, Gladiators 41. Glad's D's been much better in the second half. The Soul had
they only have 7 points at half.
Yeah, it was 55 at the half until now. That throw into the end zone, and it is good for a touchdown. Cal Lenamoku has his third touchdown of the game, I believe. And just like that, what a momentum changer, Dustin. Unbelievable.
Oh,
that's a heartbreaker.
It is a heartbreaker because they had the onside kick. It was going to be a touchdown. And now you're down about to be 28 again. It's a 14-point swing.
Instead of being down 14, a controversial change on replay. And now instead it's going to be 28 if the extra point is made. And it is the fourth touchdown of the night for Cal Lenamoku. And this extra point is good. 68-51. No, I was right the first time. 69-41 in favor of the Soul, up 28. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. The Quicken Loans Arena, Philadelphia 69, Cleveland 41. 8:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Soul about to kick off. Enroll in the Gladiators Football Alliance, the exclusive club for season ticket holders. Members receive year-round benefits, special discounts, and more. For details, call 216-420-2222 or visit clevelandgladiators.com. Gladiators football is presented by Unique Home Solutions. All right, fourth quarter, it's not looking good for the Gladiators. They'll probably be looking to bounce back next week. Game number 2, they'll play the Tampa Bay Storm 8 days from now, 7 p.m., and we'll be on the call again right here on the Fan. Game will be on TV as well next week.
Sports Time Ohio.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Might have to dress a little fancier. Wear my top hat.
Not really.
Than Kane.
No.
There's the kickoff. Back deep, Beavers. It's off the net. He has it inside the goal line, and he is going to try to take it out. And he's going to get tackled in the end zone. There was a flag on the play at the 5-yard line. So we'll wait for the call here. That overturn, questionable overturn, Dustin, may have sealed the Gladiators' fate tonight. I don't know if they were going to win anyway, but that probably sealed the deal.
Now you have to do everything all over again. You've got to score, get an onside kick, and score again. That's the position they were about to be in.
Yep. Waiting for the call for the official. Last call he made, Coach Tunn got angry, and I don't blame him.
Catch interference.
All right, it's going to be
penalty from the 5-yard line, first down.
Mike was breaking up. 5-yard penalty on the Soul, so the Gladiators will start this drive at their own 10. 8:12 to go. And counting. 69-41, Philly on top. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. Deeker remains under center. Taylor, the man in motion, heading right to left, now back to the right side. Deeker, screen pass. Goodman breaks a tackle. 12, 15. Breaks another tackle up to the 19. And it's going to be close to a first down, probably a yard shy for Dominic Goodman. It's not easy to bring him down, Dustin.
No, as I mentioned, he's a former running back. I mean, the guy's done it all. Really good receiver at the University of Cincinnati before coming to Cleveland's 5th season here.
And it is a first down, 1st and 10 from the 20. Deeker drops back, now steps up, fires, incomplete. He had Colin Taylor wide open at the Soul 15, but an overthrow again by Deeker. He was wide open.
Yeah, Coach Tunn's just got to be really frustrated right now. He takes so much pride in his quarterback play. He essentially is the offensive coordinator, head coach, and quarterback coach, does it all for this team. And Deeker has just had a really, really rough game ball. I don't remember seeing a Gladiators quarterback having this rough of a first start.
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal. 16 of 30, 168, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. Deeker takes the snap, drops back, looking left side. It is, I'm not sure if he caught it or not. I think he did. He goes into the crowd. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, Colin Taylor, terrific effort.
Caught it, I think, while falling out of bounds and got hammered into the crowd. They're saying it is a complete pass, Dustin, and what a play by Colin Taylor.
Look at that effort. We get a chance to see it on the replay. Going over the boards, he's tackled by Stevens into a chair. This is like WWE out here. Into a fan. Whoa, what an effort.
Now, hopefully he's okay. He's coming off the field. He's going to need a break. I mean, he landed right on his head. He's shaken up a bit on the play. So now Beavers comes back into the game. He's the man in motion to the right side. Deeker takes the snap, looking for him deep. Fires, he's got him in the end zone. Touchdown! Beavers goes over the back wall and holds on, Dustin. Beavers, who has struggled in the return game, comes onto the field, scores a touchdown. But we've got a flag back on the play in midfield, and I think it's going to be on the Gladiators.
Illegal formation, 75, the fullback lined up in the second neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, replay, third down.
Jeez.
So the fullback lines up in the neutral zone, and that's going to wipe out. So the Gladiators have had 2 touchdowns wiped out in the last 4 minutes on an overturn and replay and a man in the neutral zone. So instead of a touchdown, they have backed up 5 yards.
Can't
to
get
their
a break,
own 20.
Bull. Can't catch a break
Rough night.
right now.
All right, 3rd and 10. Back at the 20-yard line. And 5:40 and counting. The Gladiators just running out of time, down 28. See what they could do here. Colin Taylor back in the game. He's in the slot on the right side. Deeker firing. Has it complete to Lewis. It's good for a first down pickup of 12. Actually, they're going to call it 13. And the Gladiators have a 1st and 10, some pushing and shoving after the play between Lewis and Stevenson. Obviously, the Gladiators are very frustrated right now.
I mean, you hit it on the head, Bull. You talked about 2 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes that have been negated, one by an overturn on the onside kick and now one by penalty. You're down 28 points right now, 5 minutes to go in the game. It's just not the way you want to start the home opener.
Deeker looking for a man in the end zone, has Taylor, but it was a tough play. Good coverage by Belton. Taylor was in the back of the end zone. It goes incomplete. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Second down and 10. Clock continues to roll. And let's face it, the Gladiators are not going to win this game tonight, unfortunately.
Here's the silver lining, Bull.
Yeah.
Cleveland has Tampa coming to town next week, right? Tampa's currently playing Orlando. They're down 69-19.
All right, they're getting smoked even worse than the Gladiators. 69-19. Hey, the Gladiators, I thought, showed some fight. The defense much better in the second half. Moved the ball a little better. Here's Deeker under pressure, and he will be sacked back at the 24-yard line. Big number 99, Justin Lawrence with the sack, Dustin. He ate him up, knocked him down.
Just add a little bit of insult to injury here. Deeker's got his head in the turf and Lawrence over top of him, and Deeker's down.
Oh, boy. And we may see the Gladiators debut on offense for their backup quarterback.
And Bull, they're looking at Deeker's knee. This is not a good sign right now.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Deeker, they are looking at his knee. As you mentioned, we don't want to speculate on injuries, but
that's what they're looking at.
They are looking at his knee. And the Gladiators are going to call a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. On 92.3 The Fan, that break, of course, an injury timeout. Don't let the pain slow you down. Rise above the ashes with Phoenix Kinetic Cream. 69-41. Chris Deeker, fortunately, Dustin, good news, able to get up under his own power. So hopefully the injury not too serious, but we're going to see the offensive debut for Mr. Arvell Nelson, who is from Cleveland.
Yeah, former Glenville Tarbloodder in that Ted Ginn offense. Went to Texas Southern, spent some time at Iowa before that. He's played it all. I mean, he's played safety, he's played linebacker, he's played quarterback. Now he's back at quarterback. He started the game as the jack linebacker, and now he's in at quarterback.
Big kid, 6'5", 225. Steps up, first throw into the end zone, and it's an overthrow. He had to be nervous. Well, not that it was such a terrible throw, but he overthrew Lewis. But, Dustin, the kid's from Cleveland. He was out on the field. That's one thing, playing defense.
Yeah.
But now you go play quarterback in your own home city. Got to be a little nervous, especially for the first throw.
Sure, but it's like it's the start of the game. I mean, the game's kind of out of reach at this point. You're going to the game just desperation time here, trying to make something happen. He did spend last season with Spokane, Bull, and passed for 1,100 yards, 18 touchdowns, 7 picks.
There you go. 7 rushing touchdowns as well. All right, Nelson under center, takes the snap, drops back, has time, fires, and it is almost intercepted. Should have been. He was looking for Colin Taylor. They clearly, Dustin, were not on the same page. Obviously, they probably haven't worked together all that much. Hollis almost picked it off for the Soul. That was a 4th down play, and the Soul will get the ball back with 2:48 to go, and it's all over but the final score. 69-41 is our score. With 2:48 to go in the fourth quarter, Seoul will take over on downs. First time today, a team has lost possession on downs. Every other possession's been a touchdown or an interception. You saying there was one more?
The first drive of the game for the Glads.
You're right. My bad. That's right. That's why they got the ball inside the 10. First drive of the game for the Glads, so it's the second time. Seoul, every one of their possessions has ended in a touchdown or a Gladiators interception, which was also a touchdown. Both of those. Glads with 2 pick sixes. And the Philadelphia Soul have 3 in this game. It was a high-scoring first half, 55-27 at the half. It's been a low-scoring second half. In fact, Philly both teams with 14 points in the second half for Arena League. That's pretty low scoring. 69-41, 28-point Soul lead. 2:22 remaining in the game. The Atlanta Hawks making a run on the Cavs, a 15-6 run to start the third quarter. 6:43 to go in the third. Cavs had a big lead. Now it's down to just 5. 61-56 is the score, as the Hawks have outscored the Cavs by 9 in the third quarter. Cavs have had some bad second halves, as we all know. All right, crowd still hanging in there in the final minutes, hoping to cheer the Gladiators to the end of the game.
Well, the great thing about these games, Bull, is that there is always a post-game autograph session, and tonight there's a concert. Naughty by Nature in the house tonight.
There you go. By the way, the Soul have wisely gone to their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Up 4 touchdowns with 22 to go. Luke Collins is their backup quarterback, so he gets his first action of the night. Smart move by the Soul. No reason to have Rodabaugh, the MVP, in there, up 28 with 2:20 to go. Last thing you want is him taking a big hit when the game's out of hand already.
They're about 2 first downs away from wrapping this thing up and heading to the airport.
69-41 is the score. Penalty on the play is going to back the Soul up to their own 17. First and still first down, 1st and 15 at their own 17. Man in motion, left side. Collins drops back, fires high, throw incomplete. That pass intended for Reynolds. You could tell Collins doesn't have the zip on his ball that Rodabaugh does. Not a great throw.
Glads have all 3 timeouts, so they'll use them.
Yeah, I believe they just called their first one there.
Yeah. And why not? Because the final minute of the game gets a little bit dicey and could be interesting for the Glads if they can get a couple of stops. You have to gain positive yards, or otherwise the clock stops. Well, you're not under that minute yet, but
do you think part of it for Coach Tunn is wanting to see Nelson play quarterback a little bit?
Sure, why not? And I mean, it's the home opener. You don't want to give up.
Right.
At this point, you want to show some fight for your fans here.
Second down and 15. There's the snap by Collins. Drops back under pressure. Gets it to Richardson out of the backfield. Richardson. I was
He looks
right.
better than Trent Richardson, doesn't he?
Yeah, certainly bigger than him. He's a big guy. Jeremy Richardson with a gain of about 6, so it'll be 3rd and 9 at their own 23. 1:50 and counting. Gladiators don't call a timeout here. They still have 2 left.
Certainly take one here. If you don't,
if you stop him here on 4th down, you
stop
call
him.
one.
Yeah, you're definitely going to call one if you stop him.
All right, 3rd down, man in motion left side. Collins drops back, has time, fires, and it is incomplete. Pass intended that time, McDaniel, and it was good coverage. Looks like the ball got stripped out, Dustin, by Little, breaking up the play.
They're going to let this go all the way down to the 1-minute warning.
Yeah, they're going to no timeout called. It'll get down to the 1-minute warning, and with 1 minute to go in the game, it's Philly 69 and the Gladiators 41. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more in just a little bit. Final minute of the game next. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions on 92.3 The Fan. 2 to 7. Well, it's a lot later than that. It's 9:43 in the evening on April 1st, and we're calling Gladiators and the Soul. 1 minute to go in the game. Soul lead the Gladiators 69-41. The Gladiators will have to try to bounce back 8 days from now. We'll be back on the call Saturday night, April 8th. April 9th, excuse me. Gladiators will play Tampa Bay. We'll also be on the call for the third game, also a home game. When the Gladiators take on the LA Kiss Saturday, April 16th at 7:30. There you go. First road game is a Saturday, fourth week of the season. I'll be doing that game from Philadelphia. But the Gladiators will try to get revenge on the road. That's a 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon game. Minute to go here from the Q. Post-game show coming up next. See if the Gladiators can do anything here in the final minute. It's a 4th and 9 for the Soul at their own 23. 1 minute to go. They come out of the huddle, send all three receivers to the left side. Backup quarterback Collins remains on the field for the Soul. Takes the snap, looking to throw deep, fires to the end zone, and it is incomplete. And a big hit in the end zone. Binford, a backup receiver for the Soul, had a chance to hit him, Dustin, but he overthrew him, and it falls incomplete after the big hit.
Well, now the final minute of the game. Glad's going to get the football back, and we'll see what Arvell Nelson can do.
Yeah, Arvell Nelson, Cleveland's own, replaced Deeker, who got hurt with about 3 minutes left in the game, threw a couple incomplete passes, and now he gets his first full series.
Well, how about this?
55.3
just got word the attendance here at tonight's game, 12,944. Pretty good job.
Almost 13,000 great Cleveland fans coming out for opening night. Great job. Here's the snap. Nelson incomplete for Taylor. I think the timing, Dustin, just a little off. That was a bullet throw to Taylor, and it looks like he got him maybe a second before Taylor was ready for that ball.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a doink there, right off his face mask.
So
it's
Nelson,
it's one of those things, Bull, where you come in, you mentioned maybe a little bit anxious, some jitters.
Yeah.
Not a lot of touch in that one.
No, he threw a bullet. Nelson still looking for his first completion. He's 0 for 3 since coming into the game. 2nd and 10, 52 seconds to go in the game. Nelson takes the snap, has time, steps up, fires, and it's incomplete. Overthrown for Goodman, and you could tell that Nelson has not spent a lot of time with these receivers because they've been off the mark every time.
Just not comfortable right now. And I'm fine with Coach just putting him out there and letting him just have at it and see what he can do. 48 seconds to go. This game's over. But just take an opportunity to see what this guy can do.
3rd and 10 for the Glads at the Soul 23. Trying to put at least one more score on the board before it ends. 69-41 our score. He takes the snap, looking for guy right side. He's hit, and he's going to be sacked.
Oh boy.
Nelson was able to stay up for a few seconds. I thought he might be able to break out of that ankle tackle, but eventually he was pulled down. The sack will back up the Gladiators back into their own side of the field, and it's going to be a 4th and long from their own 22-yard line. Coach Tunn will call a timeout with 31 seconds left. 69-41 the score. And we're going to keep it right here with 31 seconds left. Post-game show coming up after the game. We'll have the offensive player of the game, the defensive player of the game, the playmaker of the game, the cutter's catch of the game, the highlight of the game. That is all coming up when the game ends. 69-41, 31 seconds left here from the Quicken Loans Arena. Disappointing start to the season, but you know what? The good thing is the Q always puts on a great event. You and I were talking about this before the show, Dustin, the fact that the Quicken Loans Arena, they treat every event like it's a 5-star event.
It's like a Cavs game. I mean, and the attendance has just been terrific as Arvell just
stripped
back. And
the ball's loose, and it's still loose. The Soul have it. Returned from the 15 and pushed out of bounds. Arvell Nelson had it stripped, as you mentioned. And the ball was recovered by the Soul. Joe Gooseby, who had the interception return for a touchdown. And that's going to do it, Dustin. The Soul have it. 21 and a half seconds left. And that should be the final score.
That'll be the last play. Well, they have to run the one more play and get positive yards here with 21 seconds to go. But Oh, boy, what a what a way to end this one. Just a frustrating loss all the way around.
Yeah, pretty much nothing went right for the Gladiators here on opening night. The good thing is there's 15 more games to go.
That's right.
Long season, and the Gladiators will have a chance to bounce back next week. They're at home again, taking on the Tampa Bay Storm. Week 2, next Saturday night, 7 o'clock. We'll have the call. All right, backup quarterback is Collins. He's going to hand it off. Richardson right to the left side. And he's going to be brought down at about the 11, and that should do it. The clock will run. 10 seconds left, and that's going to do it. The final score, opening night of the Arena Football League, the Philadelphia Soul 69, the Cleveland Gladiators 41. The post-game show is next. You're listening to Cleveland Gladiators football, presented by Unique Home Solutions.